Yo, 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 what's going on today, yo? It's your boy Mike Hennessy. Just here talk some football, some sports talk, but welcome to the first edition of the Mike Hennessy Sports and Gaming Talk podcast, where I talk everything sports, gaming, wherever I feel like today. But so far, make sure that y'all are liking, subscribing, and following everything that I tend to do, like all the good stuff. So make sure that y'all are, looking at it and, supporting everything. I do everything from music to whatever the case is. So it's like just kind of just giving you a little brief introduction to who I am. But I am here just getting you know my talk on right now. I'm also a host of that particular thing right there, TBC Sports Podcast. We're going to be streaming every Tuesday to talk basically all the things that have been happening in the NFL, and some random days we're going to talk some NBA basketball as well. But as of right now, make sure that y'all following, liking, doing all that, subscribing to the channel. Um, yeah, just we here for a reason. So my point again doing this particular show is that I wanted to come here because I wanted to talk about the Eagles and Jalen Hurts, and what we got going on. So, uh, one, let's show all praises due to the Philadelphia Eagles. So, I am a Philadelphia Eagles fan, as you clearly see and as you clearly know. So, um, just going to sit here and glaze Jalen Hurts up a little bit because I feel like the disrespect around him is loud, and it's something that we need to talk about. So, um, just sit back, relax, and we're gonna get some stuff. But so far, from what I wrote down on my notes, and this won't be a long podcast, it's gonna be pretty short. Um, Jalen Hurts is a quarterback of Philadelphia Eagles, drafted from Oklahoma, and he was played with I think he got subbed in Alabama for Tua Tagovailoa, and people tend to not forget about what happened with that, and I don't know why we just sit back and just punish Jalen Hurts for being taken out of a game, whatever the case is. But from what I've seen out of what's happened is that the kid became more motivated than anything. Like he became more ready to take on these moments and do what he got to do. So drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2020, really, really bad, controversial space to be in at that point. Like I think at that time it was a battle with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. And in that battle, it was more or less like back and forth of who was going to be the next generation or who was going to lead the Eagles into the next whatever. So Jalen Hurts was drafted second round, I think number 51 or 52, number 51st pick or something like that. In the second round, it was the first quarterback selected out of that round. But the problem with that particular draft was that when he was coming in, automatically the problems started happening right off the bat. So it was more or less like, oh shit, here we go with the quarterback controversies and shit now. So now we got Jalen Hurts, going in and going at Carson Wentz now. Now I remember this clearly. It was like, oh, their replacement is here and all the other stuff. Then they were talking about, oh, he's not really that good. He's a second round draft pick for a reason. And they start talking about all the things that happened between him and Tua Tagovailoa over there in Alabama, and how he got sent to another school and all this other crap, right? So, granted, that happens, and now they're just talking about he's not even going to really do nothing. He's not really there to show nothing. People were mad about the fact that he was there. I remember the first time I seen him play, and I was watching. I was like, "Oh shit! There's a chance that we might have another Russell Wilson in the making." I remember I'm saying this back in 2020. We might have another what's the name, Russell Wilson in the making, because the dude is a runner, he's fast, but also he's a rookie. So of course he didn't look as great, but I know his first game, I think he played pretty well his first game when he took over for Carson Wentz, and the Eagles did not make the playoffs that year. Come the next year, he's a full-on player, plays straight through. They make it to the playoffs. They lose to the Saints first round. They were talking about, oh yeah, he's not the quarterback of the future. He's not the quarterback of the future. Little thumbs up. Very next year, I think it's the very next year. Um, I think the very next year he goes to the Super Bowl. I think that was the year that I think he took us to the Super Bowl. We wound up getting AJ Brown. And in the process of getting AJ Brown, we were able to take ourselves to the next level and really push that forward. Now, mind you, this is all talk of what people have been saying about Jalen Hurts and all this other stuff and whatever. Hold on, let me see. How are you doing today, Marina Sands? People forget that Jalen finished second in the Heisman voting behind Burrow. Listen, I appreciate you, but that's another thing. Thank you for coming through. Make sure that if you just this is brand new. I'm in the podcast world, but I'm doing something by myself right now, talking sports. So make sure that you go ahead and give it a good follow to whatever page that you're looking at this from. Mike Hennessy 215. We got questions, and also I'm on my Facebook as well. But I remember that year, Jalen Hurts. He like I say, took us to the Super Bowl that year. I think the very first year, what's the name was there. We wound up going to the Super Bowl. I think with him, and if not, I think we lost to, was it Tampa Bay? No, we didn't lose to Tampa Bay. Give me a second. I gotta go do some history real quick. I need to be a little bit more prepared for this one, but I just wanted to kind of just have a conversation. But I just remember the Eagles making the playoffs again. And I think that might have been the year they went to the Super Bowl, 2022, 2023 season. I think it was 21, 22, 20 to 21, 21 to 22. They lost. Okay, so 22 to 23. Yeah, we went to the Super Bowl that year. That was the year we went to the Super Bowl. I don't know what we're talking. At this point, you got a guy who y'all said wasn't going to do it. That year, he was second in MVP voting. The year that y'all wanted to get rid of him, the year he was second in MVP voting, y'all wanted to get rid of the coach. Y'all talked about how we got problem players, and the coaches don't know nothing. He's a newer coach. Like, what is he doing here? All types of stuff. So we had that situation happen, right? So now you go on to we're in 2023. You go into the Super Bowl, you play against Patrick Mahomes, right? Patrick Mahomes has a good game, but Jalen played even better. The one mistake that Jalen made was obviously fumbling when he was running, and somebody came behind him and hit him, and he fumbled the ball, right? Fumbled the ball, they pick it up, eventually led to, I think a score for Kansas City, I think. That happens. Now we push him back down the field again, right? I don't know if he scored. I think we did, but I know it was that run at last play when Kansas City scored. We had them, and they called that call that obviously we know, like, you don't call a call like that, especially if the play was dead. You had no chance of catching the ball. He didn't pull him. He tugged the jersey a little bit, but he didn't pull him enough where he would have been able to catch that. So, we're going to put our hands in the air with that. Jalen loses on that stage, right? Then you go into the next year. You go into the next year, the Eagles start off like 11-0 before they lose a game, right? First time they've ever done that. 11-0, lose their first game. It was kind of rocky the whole way through, but just to see where they were at, like we had two different coordinators this year that were all rookie coordinators that did not know what the fudge they were doing, right? They had no clue what they were doing. So they come in, change, trajectory of the game. Defender don't know what he's doing. Then you're pushing Matt Patricia had to step in, and then he didn't know what the hell he was doing. And then it was like it was a colossal collapse, right? Then they once again questioning the Eagles now. Oh, are they really as good as they say that they were? Is it this? Now everybody, okay, we can fall off that Eagle Hill. Now the biggest signing happens for us since Terrell Owens, right? The biggest signing since Terrell Owens. Personally, my personal opinion. We get Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley comes in, lights the game up, right? I'm getting to a point why I'm even mentioning all this stuff. So lights the game up, tear it up, tear the season all the way up, like just doing this fucking thing, right? He gets in there, he makes it happen. We're he's number one, technically him between him and Derrick Henry, number one in rushing, and all the stuff, touchdowns, all types of stuff going on. These two going back and forth all day, right? But eventually Saquon goes beyond him, right? Because he just was that good. So now we sitting there and we thinking about it. Okay, so we're not even gonna get to the Super Bowl yet. Let's not even get to the Super Bowl yet. Let's backtrack now. Let's backtrack. Jalen Hurts, for instance, right? You have one quarterback. I mean, you have this one quarterback since he was in high school has had at least 6 different coordinators, right? The fact that they don't even see that as beyond impressive is a problem right there in its own, right? So you got a quarterback that has had multiple coordinators, offensive coordinators, multiple, getting another offensive coordinator now. So this would be 7, and has literally done what he's done in that amount of time. Players usually collapse and fall off a mountain when they don't have stability, right? It's like, okay, they're learning all these different playbooks. They're learning all this stuff, right? Because obviously the coordinator have to make plays, right? Because coaches make plays, but the coordinator is the ones who comes up with the plays. The coaches okay them, all right, you're able to do this. Come on, he got six, 7 different coordinators, working with another brand new one, and that's one. They're not going to give him the pass on that one. Oh man, you had different coordinators. They're not going to give him the pass on that one, right? Now you get Saquon Barkley, and they say, oh, y'all got Saquon Barkley, y'all took him to the playoffs. We're not going to do that. You know why? Because we had Miles Sanders and went to the playoffs. Guess who played better than the Super Bowl than Saquon Barkley did in the Super Bowl? Miles Sanders. So you can't use that one now. You can't use that one now. You can't use that one. What are we talking about? Like Jalen Hurts and the other guys won that. The other guys won that. The defense murdered. The offense destroyed. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Come on now. Even I think one of the first plays of the game, excuse me, one of the first plays of the game, Jahantae Dobson caught a pass and almost scored a touchdown, and they called it back on Sanctified. What they did, I think Dallas Goedert even got one in there. Like everybody was scoring. I don't think Saquon scored, but I know Jalen scored. I know he ran through a deep ball. Like they were just absolutely destroying these guys, and we're going to sit back and try to act like what? Like as if Jalen Hurts didn't put that work in, as if Jalen Hurts is just bull crabbing his way through. Okay, that's what we're doing. No, we're not going to sit on that. We're not going to sit on that one. So, you have all these, like I said, you have all these different coordinators, and now let's head to this part right here. This is what makes it even funner. You trying to tell me that Saquon Barkley only is the reason why we did all that, right? Where Saquon had the best games, but the best. There's the 2 things that happened. Saquon had the best season of his career under Jalen Hurts, and AJ Brown had his best season of his years under Jalen Hurts. Remember, AJ Brown was AJ Brown. He still was good. He still was good over in Tennessee. He wasn't nowhere near a bum. Nowhere near. We're not even going to put him in the same conversation with that. But his best years came with Jalen Hurts. How about this? No, I don't even know when AJ Brown is in one-on-one coverage. I think he catches and scores the ball 90-something% of the time. Think about that. 90-something% of the time, like he's really unstoppable in one-on-one. They have to double coverage him. Every time Jalen Ball throws a ball to him, chances are he's going to catch it, right? So now we want to talk about, oh yeah, you got this quarterback, oh, you got these receivers. So now let's take another one here. So should we tell Patrick Mahomes you're not good because you had Tyreek Evans at one point? Is that why you got a Super Bowl? Because you had Tyreek Evans? No. You had Juju Smith-Schuster when he was on his game. Like you had him too. I'm confused. Like some of these players that he had, like they were good. Like I'm confused. Like maybe like Tyreek Evans is just, can he not be in the same conversation as AJ Brown and Devontae Smith? Like, come on now. Aren't y'all considering him possibly be better than them? All right, so let's move on now. Let's head on to another play. Let's head on to another team that we're going to talk about. Tom Brady. Tom Brady had Antonio Brown, Gronkowski. Like, what are we talking? He had Mike Evans. Mike Evans got a championship. Chris Godwin. Confused. Brock Purdy, my man had Debo. He had Debo. He had what's the dude's name that's injured right now? Brandon Ayuk. Monsters. George Kittle. Christian McCaffrey. And we're sitting back and saying only reason why Jalen Hurts got a championship is because of one person, because of these two guys. And because the defense was good. Well, how the fuck do you win Super Bowls? I'm confused. You talk to me, name me one team that has won with a bad defense. I'm talking about absolutely horrible defense. You name it. Give me a team that's won with shitty receivers. We're going to sit here all day and think about that if y'all really want to. So, yes, I'm going to glaze my quarterback. I'm going to glaze him down. Pause all the way. And I really don't care. I'm going to glaze my quarterback down because what y'all do is y'all try to hate on my quarterback as if my quarterback ain't balling, as if he ain't doing it, as if he ain't doing that. That's why I have these statistics right here. So, since Jalen Hurts has been in the NFL, these are some of the just stats that he doing. Y'all want it, we can look this shit up itself. So, since 2020, as a starter, since 2020, he was 40. Well, since he's been in the NFL, how about that? Since he's been in the NFL, 46-20, right? Since 2022, 37-10, 6-3 in the playoffs, 2-time All-Pro, second in MVP voting in 2023, Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP now. Been to the NFC Championship twice, won both of them. Outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both of those Super Bowls. So we're going to sit back and keep talking about that. Oh, it was only because of Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Well, how the fuck you supposed to win championships? You need players to win championships. The quarterback has to throw them the ball. Like this ain't basketball. This is not basketball. Basketball, Michael Jordan was that guy. I'm saying Jalen Hurts is that guy because Jalen Hurts did the job to make sure that we won a championship from the offensive point. He can't play defense. So he did the job. Because if we talk about defense, we ain't going to talk about nothing because nobody in the NFL compared to the Eagles defense last year to me. I'm sorry, nobody. So, like I said, it ain't basketball. You don't have everybody doesn't take control of the game that way. Like basketball is more or less dedicated to, hey, yo, if I got to take over the game and give y'all a good 40 to 30, 35 to 40 points to make sure that we stay here, that's what I'm going to do. Like I'll take over. A quarterback can only play one side of the field. You know what I mean? Like if he's doing his job and getting his pieces to the pieces, if you're getting the chess pieces to the chess pieces and you're moving your pieces and your pawns and your knights and your bishops and all those around the right way, you're going to win. Like I'm confused. Like, what are we talking about? I'm not going to sit back and try to act like Jalen Hurts is just like, oh, he only wins because of this. Like, no, he won because of a lot of different reasons. Primary example, that year they was playing all crappy and shitty in 2023 at the end. Like, didn't he beat the Buffalo Bills? Right? Josh Allen went down there and scored. Remember that pass? What's the name? Fuck is his name? I had him as my fantasy team. I don't remember a lot of other teams players. I ain't gonna lie to you. He caught the pass and they was going crazy. We about to lose. I remember it wasn't that much time left on the clock. We're going down the field, and Jalen Hurts took the ball, took it in his own hands, ran into the end zone, put his hands out like this. We won the game. Didn't matter how it looked. The whole game could have been trash. When it mattered, he won, right? Now, granted, you want to talk about the game? Well, get at him. I'm going to tell you what that end result is, though. I'm going to tell you who leaving out with the stats. Now, let's do it again. So what happened last year? And this is the craziest part of it all, right? How many of y'all had them actually losing to the teams that they were playing? How many people have them losing to that? Let me see what you say. All right, Marina Sands says, Jalen makes the players around him better. His threat to run helps man, listen, you don't understand. Helps the O-line, the RB, and the wide receivers. Without a doubt. That's why you can't play them. And then listen, just to add to your point, One of the most deadliest things that you can possibly have now as a player is the fact that you have another deadly player on your team. They say Saquon Barkley, you can't leave him. So guess what? Y'all didn't know how to play the Eagles last year. That was the whole point. Y'all really didn't know how to play them because we can beat y'all so many different ways. We drop back, you rush us, my quarterback can take the fuck off. And then think about it. He has gotten smarter since then. Remember, he was getting sacked a lot for holding the ball too long. That was one of Jalen Hurts' biggest Achilles heel in 2023 was holding the ball too long because he wanted to make the right play. Not to even take to the fact that most of the offensive players are way taller than him, so he can't really see over them. And we're going to sit back and try to act like, once again, Jalen Hurts completely did nothing. Okay. Like I said, I'm only glazing it because people are trying to disrespect them. So we're gonna do that. Now here goes an important point, right? Patrick Mahomes is the only player that beat Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts has beaten every last one of the other people. Guess who hasn't beaten Jalen Hurts? Lamar Jackson has never beaten him. Josh Allen has never beaten him. Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, Herbert. Joe Burrow has never beaten him. I'm just saying, like, he's beaten every single one of them. They haven't beaten him. It's a lot of players that has not beaten him. And those top AFCs, he's beaten all of them. Now, listen, the one thing I'm gonna say is like, and let's just be real. What I don't like, and I'm gonna put the ones that I think is should be a part of this, right? I don't like how Lamar Jackson gets viewed either, right? Because what happens is Lamar Jackson does all this stuff. Yeah, he's the MVP and everything like that. But we talk more about where his mistakes are and all this other stuff and how he can't do that. But they will go back and talk about all the, oh man, Josh Allen is this. Oh my God, you see what Joe Burrow did with this? Nah, like hold up, time out. And hold up, you really want a timeout? Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl, didn't he? Who was his receivers? Who was his receivers? And if y'all still here in the chat, anything like that, if you had to pick between AJ Brown, and oh my God, what the fuck is the Bengals receiver? Jamar Chase. If between AJ Brown and Jamar Chase, who you picking? That's all I'm gonna say, right? If y'all can write it in the chat, who are you picking between AJ Brown and Jamar Chase? We know what we know now, but at that time, if you had to have no knowledge of who these guys was or whatever the case is, you look at where they was drafted at, all that good stuff. Who are you taking, AJ Brown or Jamar Chase? You tell me. Because Jamar Chase is supposed to be better than AJ Brown, right? T. Higgins is complimentary to Jamar Chase. That's the AJ Brown and Devontae Smith of that team. So we're not going to sit here and try to play like as if, no, that he just that these players was just that much better than these other guys. Like, no, they're just as good as these guys. It's just that you got the quarterback that does more than just sit back and throw the ball. He's not a pocket quarterback. Y'all want to get rid of it so bad, but you can't. You're going to get rid of it so bad, but you can't. Anybody who plays that style of football, y'all criticize them, right? They criticize all of them. And look at all the receivers. Look at all the quarterbacks that have been scramblers and runners have always had a stigma on them. You did it to what did you do it to? You did it to Michael Vick. You did it to Randall Cunningham. I remember McNabb used to scramble a little bit more, and he stopped him from doing that. Dante Culpepper used to do it. Steve McNair did it. All those guys, you label them a certain way, right? They all fall into this category of not the prototypical quarterback. That's why they can never be considered in the levels of the Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Mannings, right? So let's look. Here we go, right? Eli Manning, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? But Eli Manning doesn't even compare to Jalen Hurts as far as what he's been doing on the field. Eli Manning has a season where he threw more interceptions than he threw more interceptions than he had touchdown. He's led the league in interceptions like 5 times. But he's going to make it to the Hall of Fame. Y'all will talk about how much he beat Tom Brady. They're going to do that. But we're not going to have a conversation on how Jalen Hurts has outplayed Patrick Mahomes in 2 different Super Bowls. All I got to say is basically like we're not going to sit back and just act like shit like this don't exist. So we're not going to keep disrespecting this quarterback like that. I'm sorry. We're just not going to keep doing it. So, well, once again, everybody, I'm not going nowhere. I'm just going to continue to talk. But first podcast by myself for this particular sports talk. We're going to be doing more of this. I don't know. I might be doing some giveaways and stuff like that. So, more people that's sending out to people to get some people to subscribe and follow the Mike Hennessy 215 channel. Follow this one right here. I have multiple things in there. So I'm live on Mike Hennessy as well, 215. But I'm going to be doing, sending out subscribers and stuff like that. I'll probably do a gift card like once a month or something like that, or maybe towards a game or something that you want, that you like. I might even, because I think Madden 26 is like $25. So I might even buy Madden 26 and just say, hey, I got the digital card and go ahead and send it to you. But this is all sports talk. We're going to be talking, having a lot of fun on this. So, so now let's move my glazing over to the rest of this team, right? So now we're going to talk about my guys. We're going to talk about the whole Eagles team. I just had to get Jalen Hurts out the way real quick. We're going to talk about the whole Eagles team today. We're going to do this today. So, who I want to talk about? I want to talk about the players that's not here no more, right? I'm going to shout them out. Josh Sweat, Darius Slay, CJ. I think we did lose somebody else, and I can't remember who it was. But those guys, listen, I shouts out to y'all. I know y'all probably won't see this. Maybe y'all will. I don't know. Shit happens. But shouts out to y'all for being dope, coming back to the team, CJ, and really helping us win and do our damn thing. Like, that shit was a lot of fun. I hope that you had fun, and I hope that you recover from the injury as soon as you possibly can. Get back on that field, man. Just listen, when you play us, it just is what it is. We just got to bust your butt. But shouts out to you, Darius Slay, being here for 6 years, 6 years, holding it down. I know you dealt with a lot of injuries, and believe me, you ain't make my mom happy at all. You didn't make her happy. You was always injured, but it happens as a part of the game. She felt like every other play last year you was off the field. So, and then you have Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, you was the man, bro. You really put a lot of work in. You tore a lot of them quarterbacks up, man. That rushing that you did, just getting to the quarterback. It was a really fun season. You really played, you played well next to Jalen Carter, next to Jordan Davis, and the rest of those guys. Like, you really made some things happen, and appreciate you for that one, bro. But now let's talk about our current Eagles. So, current Eagles right now, Jahai Campbell. I'm gonna talk about you because you are a rookie. Take your time, bro. Have some fun. Let's make this year what it's gonna be. But I think you're gonna be a superstar. It's coming. You have no choice but to learn from the Eagle way. It is what it is. You're sitting in a great position. You're coming from greatness. Brandon Graham, technically, to me, I feel like you're replacing Brandon. Like, that's the heart. That was one of the heart and souls of the Eagles, and I remember he went through it earlier in his career as well. But that's going. You're gonna be a beast, bro. Just keep on making that thing happen. Keep on making it happen. Jalen Carter. Listen, we can't talk enough about Jalen Carter. This dude, you could not sit there and do nothing. That dude, I remember watching a play where he hiked the ball and he just grabbed the fucking quarterback. Just come here. That's it. He just grabbed him in the sack. Like, it was crazy. Like, this dude just was a monster out there. So Jalen Carter gets all the respect in the world. Then you playing beside Jordan Davis, y'all two, like, y'all Bulldogs, Georgia boys. Like, you got to think, like, dude, we got a lot of SEC in our, and oh man, it's gonna be it's a problem. It is a problem right now. There's a lot of that going on, and that front seven, like, they're monsters. Zach Bond coming from the Saints and making a career out of it, and helping produce one of my favorite players. Rock your shirt jersey, I guess. I got the numbers for it and shit like that. But really helping mold that team and get some things going, and being a leader, because you've been in the league for a little while, but you help those young guys, and it's really it paid you dividends because you got a nice contract out of it. Cooper DeJean, one of the what do they call you? I think y'all call yourself the Philly Whites or something like that. It's something that y'all call each other, but Yeah, you and Blankenship, like y'all, the friendship that y'all got, continue doing that thing. But Coop was a beast last year. For him to be a rookie, just he took control. He did what he had to do, and he made some things happen. And that's something that you need on your team. You need players that's going to sit back and say, "Yo, I'm here, and I want to be here." Like when that happens, man, listen, the sky's the limit for that team. The sky's the damn limit for that team. Let's see. We got let me look at the depth chart. So Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Listen, your dad was great when he played. That was the man. There's another one. Um, you know, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He learned a lot last year. Now you're in your second year. You're taking that next step, and you're gonna make some things happen as well. Who else we got? Nolan Smith Jr. I know you got injured last year, and I know you're ready to redeem yourself. So I hope you're ready for the fun times and all the other good stuff. Quinyon Mitchell, another rookie that surprised the hell out of everybody that came in and did his fucking thing. I don't hear one of y'all say he came in here and just took over. He took over, and that kid ain't scared of nobody. He gonna talk that shit with you if you try to bust his ass. And we don't know what we got sitting in front of us. If that dude was able to do what he did last year, yeah, I think we got years and years left for this dude. Like, all right, so we're going with what? Specialty. Jake Elliott, start making your fucking field goals, man. I'm not going to say nothing about that. Start making your goddamn field goals. And now, did I start off on defense? Yeah, I'm going to head over to this offense. I think I'll talk about the offense. Yeah, I mean, we still straight. So overall, we're going to be good. That's how I look at it. We're going to be straight overall. So, I know I said it wasn't going to be a long podcast, as it really wasn't. I'll jump on here about something else later, but I thank y'all for at least sitting down with me in this little early part of everything. Make sure that y'all following me. I'm going to put it right here so y'all can clearly see where I am at. But I am on YouTube right now as Mike Hennessy 215, but I am through my other business page, which is We Got Questions Podcast. YouTube, sorry, Mike 215. Anybody that's a gamer, anything like that, if you play games, all that other good stuff, see me right down there. Play some games. I'm actually gonna get off here and play a game in a little bit. So, but right there, Mike Hennessy 215. Look forward to talking to y'all on here, doing more sports podcasts, more everything. So, like I said, I'm doing a gift card giveaway. So I don't know if I'm gonna get it now, but like about it before the end of this month, I'm gonna just do Madden. I think Madden, like I said, it's $25. Just buy Madden digital, and whoever wins it, I'll just buy the digital for whatever system that you have and to get it. But I need subscribers. I need to know it came from you. I need to know what it is from you. I'm gonna just write it in here. A little Madden giveaway. How about that? Madden giveaway. So for your system choice. But like I said, Madden giveaway. More subscribers, more everybody. Bond and Campbell might be the best. Oh yeah, we want to see Campbell got some, she got some work to do. So, but yes, we're doing this. So, what else just sent me a message? I don't know where that came from, but yeah, Madden giveaway. Like I said, subscribe to Mike Hennessy 215. The more subscribers you get, or at least the shares that you send out to people, and the people come back, you let me know, yo, this person is me, all the other good stuff, we good to go. I'm trying to make sure that I make sure that I get my followers up. That's the goal. So I don't care about the little, small things like that. But the goal is to go ahead and get these followers. But listen, I am your host of this here podcast, and I will talk to you guys soon. Wait a minute. Somebody wrote something. I apologize. By mid-season, who's this? Mondan will be LB3. Who is that supposed to be? I'm sorry, Marina. I'm not a Marina. I think I said Marina Sands. Okay. Who would that be? If you don't mind me asking. I'm just waiting to see. I'm gonna give it a second because I want to answer you thoroughly. All right. Well, I'm gonna sit there talk too much, but just giving a little. Like I said, I was getting a second, but like I said, I will get with y'all soon. Let me see. I got a little outro for y'all. Do I? Nah, I ain't got no outro. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all be safe. Sammy. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. All right, we'll find out. We'll find out. I have the depth chart right here. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yes, you said you said he'll be number 3. Um, over who? You think it'll be over Hunt? You think it'll be over Hunt? Because I don't know. I don't think so. But we'll find out. It's coming. So it's coming. But listen, y'all enjoy your day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Y'all be safe.